I went to get some chicken and chips for my children's dinner in a cold and rainy evening. As I was walking, I saw this pigeon on the pavement, looking very ill and shivering in cold. So I walked towards it, expecting it to fly away as I approached, but it didn't. I held the pigeon in my hand and it was not moving much, so I realized it must be unwell. There must be something wrong with it. So I picked it up, wrapped it in my jacket, and brought it home with me. The people on the street were looking at me as I was walking, thinking, what the hell? I came home with it. The children got really excited, seeing a bird in my hand, as they have never seen a bird from this close distance before. The pigeon was still wet and shivering in cold, so I kind of wrapped it up in some clothes to make it warm and kept it in my balcony. I was gonna keep it inside the room temperature, but I thought just in case it's got some sort of disease, so it's best to be on the safe side, and let's just keep it in the balcony for the time being. Then I was thinking what food to give to the pigeon. Tried to give him rice, but it didn't seem to be very interested. So I wasn't really sure what else to give. Alright, let's just concentrate on how to keep it warm for the time being. It is quite cold out here at the moment. By the way, I still don't know if it's a male or a female, but I'm referring it as a he. But it could be the opposite actually, because if it was a male, then I guess it would have been a bit more stronger, but never mind. I wrapped it up in warm clothes and kept the rice right next to the pigeon, just in case it's hungry and want to eat at night. Currently I can see signs of weaknesses in this bird. It's not moving much. All it's doing is closing its eyes and just trying to sleep. If it was a normal, healthy pigeon, it would have flown away by now. And since it's not eating anything, I have to sort something out, I guess. I've done a Google search to see what pigeons eat. Not that I can do much about it at this time of the night. But let's see. Wild pigeons and doves eat a variety of grains, seeds, greens, berries, fruits, and occasionally eat insects, snails, and earthworms. Ugh. Where will I get all these from? Oh well, never mind. So let's see what happens in the morning. If it survives till the morning, then we'll sort something out tomorrow. And good morning. What's happening to a pigeon? Oh my god, what's it doing here? How the hell did it come out? Well, it's good to know that it is still alive, because it wasn't moving at night at all, and I was worried it wasn't even eating. I wasn't even sure it would survive till the morning. But you know what? It hasn't still eaten anything at all. And I'm gonna give it another try to see if it eats the rice. I'm just trying to figure out how much energy it has in its body, because it's not really moving much. And obviously it hasn't got any food in its tummy. So you can't really expect the pigeon to fly away or behave like any other normal pigeon would do in this situation. And just trying to find out if there is anything wrong with its wings, because it's not showing any interest in flying at all. The wings seem to be okay. It's probably because the bird is weak due to not eating food. I'm just wondering how it got out from that box at night. That was a nice comfy little cage for him. Oh yeah, most likely through this hole. Yeah, it's quite big enough for the pigeon to come out easily. And the rice is still there. I don't see any sign of eating from it at all. So I'm gonna give it another try. We'll try to feed it with my own hand and see if it eats. And if it doesn't, then we'll have to look for alternative. Come on, mate. Eaty. Come on, make some effort. Nope. Doesn't seem to be interested at all. It was freezing cold in the morning, but finally the sun seems to be coming out. I can still see a bit of cloud up there and a bit of wind. but hoping for the sun to come out at some point today. It was hot only a few days ago, but all of a sudden the temperatures just dropped. This is how it is in this country. One day it's hot, another day it's cold. Oh, poor little thing, still not fancying eating anything. The chances for this pigeon to survive seems to be very low at this moment, because it hasn't eaten anything since yesterday. If it's battling with some kind of disease within itself, then it's very important for it to eat food. Otherwise it's going to be very weak to fight against any disease that it might be battling with. If you want to survive, if you want to keep on living, then I guess you're going to have to eat. Currently I don't see any sign of movements or any sound at all. Just trying to help the pigeon stretching its arms, but it's not interested at all. I was just trying to make it fly away, but it's not showing any interest at all. It seems to be quite cold out here, so I'm gonna take it inside the room temperature for the time being and see if it improves a bit. Here you go, mate. Just sit here for the time being and eat your food. And please don't poo on my floor. I'm just going to shut the door to prevent the air from coming inside. And then we'll wash my hand thoroughly, just in case the bird carries any disease or something. I don't like the smell of the birds. It's quite nasty actually. So I'm going to wash my hands thoroughly. I love birds, but I don't really like how it smells. I can't imagine keeping a bird inside my house overnight, because it's going to be stinking everywhere. And the pigeon is showing no signs of improvement. I think it's slowly going into its deathbed. It is now looking a bit more weaker than how it was a few minutes ago. And here we go. It is slowly dying. Oh dear. It's very, very heartbreaking seeing a creature dying in front of my eyes. A few years ago at my workplace, I faced a similar situation, so I called one of my colleagues. He came and quickly twisted its neck and killed it instantly on the spot. And I was very upset and angry with him, and I asked him why he had done that, and he said rather than it dying slowly, which would be very painful, I might as well kill it straight away so that the death is less painful. Well, I found that to be a bit cruel actually. I can't be like that. So I would rather let it die naturally, so that at least I won't be blamed for it. Every soul will taste death at some point in life. This pigeon is dying right now, slowly but surely. In a normal situation, the average number of years pigeons in cities live up to 3 to 6 years. This is because they are easy prey. They get hit by passing cars or fly into windows and mesh netting around buildings, which can be fatal for them. Pet pigeons, on the other hand, can live between 9 to 15 years. And if they become ill, like this one, then they can die at any time. Here's how this one is dying. I know it's very heartbreaking and sad to see. Life is not a guarantee, but death is a certainty and is the reality from which no one can ever be saved from. Every living creature, human or animal, has to die, whether they like it or not. They all have to return to their Lord. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. We are from Allah, and to Him is our return. If it was someone else seeing the death of this pigeon like that, then they would have most likely killed it with their own hand rather than seeing it dying this way in pain. But like I said before, I can't be that cruel like anyone else. I would rather let it die a natural death instead of me killing it and feeling guilty for the rest of my life, thinking I've killed a creature. And finally, I think the pigeon has breathed its very last breath, and it is now fully dead.